In your money tonight, that time of year again when you notice more for sale signs going up and passing motorists slowing down to take a peek. But are they checking out the curb appeal just out of curiosity, or are they seriously looking to buy? Financial experts Gene Marks and Elliot Miller are here with a look at the spring housing market. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Hey, Joyce.
Thanks, Joyce.
Okay, so renting or buying, pluses and minuses. First, why buy or sell now, Elliot?
Okay, well, I'm on the side of buying for the most part with a couple caveats. First of all, the prices are still reasonable. Interest rates are still very low. And I do think that if, with a couple caveats, you want to make sure that you're going to be there for a while, at least 4 years. Location is very important. If you're in a good school district, that's probably going to work much better for you. So with those caveats, I would say that it's still good to buy, but it really still depends on where and how long.
So gee, but not long ago, the wind was blowing all the way toward renting and condos were popular.
Right.
What about now?
Well, they really are, Joyce. I mean, first of all, if you walk around in Center City nowadays, you're seeing all sorts of buildings going up that are rental units. And it really is a good time to rent. And when I talk to people, particularly if it's not a long-term decision, if it's something that you're just going to do short-term, 3, 4, 5 years even, great time to rent. Why? I mean, there are 4 reasons. Number one, there is a glut of condos on the market. 3,400 new units in the city of Philadelphia coming on the market as we speak. Number two, bankers are not so thrilled to lend a lot of people money nowadays. The loan market is tightened up, so getting that loan is a lot tougher to do. Number three, if you rent something downtown or even outside of the city, you don't have that buyer's remorse, right? So you're looking at, you can buy it, you rent it. If you're not really thrilled with it, you can always give it up at the end of your lease and you're not saddled with it. And finally, when you rent, you're not saddled with extra costs that are incurred when you buy something. Like, for example, in Philadelphia, if you buy a condo, you've got maintenance fees, you've got taxes, you've got capital additions to make. Those are all different things that kind of add on to the cost of buying. If you're a rental person, you just pay one check every month and that's good. All those things are adding up to an improvement in the rental market. So I'm saying go and rent.
One thing I would say about that, though, when you do write that check, when you buy, at least part of that check is paying yourself to build equity in yourself. So that's the other side to buying.
Okay, but the rents, what are the rents like now? Because they were through the roof for a while there.
Yeah. Well, I can speak to that just a little bit. I mean, we talk about what rental costs are through the roof, and I can actually speak from personal experience because I do have a couple of properties in town, and rental costs are going down. It is getting harder and harder to get the rents that we were even getting just a year or 2 years ago, and the reason why is because of supply. It is a good time to go out there and look for places to rent right now. You can really negotiate some good monthly leases.
Okay, so under what circumstances would it not be a good time to sell or buy your house, Elliot?
You know, when you see in the news, first of all, this is about buying. When you see in the news that people are saying they're flipping houses and it's a great time to buy and just, you know, buy more and more and you don't have to hang on, that's usually a bad time to buy. When you see the opposite, where people are panicking and prices are very low, that usually is a good time to buy. And we found that out right after the real estate bubbles 6 years ago.
Big deal. Make sure you can afford it, whichever way you go.
Exactly.
All right, Gene Marks, Elliot Miller, thanks so much for sharing that information. And if you didn't have time to jot all that down, just go to our website, myfoxphilly.com, and hear the full segment. Thanks guys. All right,
Thanks,
well,
Joyce.
he loves his country and he loves his country music. And the way these two things have shaped Roy Long's life is pretty remarkable. As Fox's John Wilson tells us, he's a survivor of D-Day who isn't singing the blues despite everything he saw firsthand on that battlefield.
Oh, Florida, yes, Florida. In a little cottage by the sea.
Music has always been Roy's escape, even when he served with the 348th Combat Engineers during World War II.
I'm playing my guitar there, and these guys are singing a lot of sun.
The soldiers had good reason to sing. They had made it home safely from Normandy.
Rommel, a famous German desert fox, they called him, from Africa. He was the one that decorated the beach for us before we got there.
They approached the beach on D-Day in a Rhino ferry.
Clear out the left side of the beach was an 88 pillbox. A bomb wouldn't phase something like that, the 6 or 8 feet thick cement.